afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the January 27th, 2023 edition of News from the Front Lines of Business by DWF Consulting, where we help you know your numbers so that you can grow your numbers. David Huff, CPA. I'm the sole proprietor kind of running the show here. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And then we'll just jump right into this week's topics here. It's been a hectic week here as the tax season is kind of underway. But some conversations we had with clients that I think will be useful. First of all, IRS turnaround time. So we know in years past, in the recent years past, we've had a lot of issues there with mailed-in documents taking an excessively long time to process. But I will say, the electronic filing for individuals opened up this week on the 23rd, and on some of the chat groups and the different forums that I participate in, multiple times. I've seen just people commenting with amazement that some refunds have already been received. So just in the course of a week here, some people are already seeing the money, the processing and the actual issuing a refund hitting a checking account as we speak. So I'm optimistic that things are going to continue that way, but it seems like they definitely have been spending some money and addressing some of the issues, and got a feeling this year is going to be a little bit better, and there's no curveballs like we had in the past with some of the COVID years. So it's looking like things are getting better. Well, some conversations we had the week that are interesting. So Grant Cardone. So I don't particularly care for the guy's style, but he is very popular on YouTube. He has a lot of business coaching and different services that are I'm just unsure. So I'm not I guess endorsing the guy in any way, shape, or form. Make your own decision there. However, his TikToks and YouTube shorts and whatnot keep popping up on my feed, and I watch them. And every once in a while there'll be a nugget of valuable information there. So one thing, and we had a discussion with a client as well, so that's why I'm bringing it up again now. But he talked about buying things. So yeah, so the guy's flashy, right? He's got jets and the Lambo and all the flashy things that these high dollar earners tend to have. But he did mention something that I found was useful. And he says if he makes $100,000 and he has $20,000, that he's going to invest it in something that's going to make him passive income. So he actually gives a different example. It's a little bit smaller numbers, but he says, if I take $1,000, if I get paid $1,000, I'm not going to go put it in the bank and then turn around and spend it on a mortgage payment or whatever. He's going to take that $1,000 and he's going to figure out how to invest it in a piece of property that's worth $3,000. So he's going to use leverage and and manage the business side of it. But that property is going to make him $1,000 again over the next year, and he'll use that money to buy whatever, a watch, or a trip, whatever it is. So, so I know those dollar amounts are a little bit small, but that's the basic plan. So, and I think I kind of like that idea. And he makes some kind of insulting remarks there about how people who spend the money are losers, and if you don't make $400,000 a year, you're incompetent or something. And it's a lot of talk and generates a lot of revenue. But I do like that idea. You get your net paycheck. You focus first on making your investments and things that are going to make you more money. So until you make enough money, passive income, to generate $20,000 to go spend on a nicer car or upgrade something, you don't buy the $20,000 thing. You don't go in debt to buy a car. You don't go in debt to take a vacation or pay for Christmas presents. You use your passive income to do that, and you focus first on the investments that make you money, and then use that money for these purchases that you like. So I guess I got to give him credit where it's due. I like that. I like that focus on investing and making your money work for you. So read into that what you want. Okay, and my third point here was the real estate market. So as we are kind of seeing now, things have definitely cooled off with the higher interest rates and the not so easy funding now. But here's something that this Altos Research, this is one of our resources here we use when we help our clients make decisions on properties. And we see now, this is the first time I can remember seeing this in definitely in the recent past few months, that barometer there has switched over to a buyer's advantage. So sellers, a while back were, crazily, they're putting properties on the market at inflated prices and selling them within 10 days. And just what I'm noticing some of the real estate websites that I'm watching, they're still trying to do that. So there's one particular property I saw recently. They had listed it for like $350,000. All right, so it's a decent sized house locally here, and they put it on the market, and not even 10 days later, I saw the first price reduction. So they dropped it like $10,000 off of it. It sat on the market, and 40 some odd days later, they knocked another $8,000 off the property. So it seems like people are still tossing some properties out there and putting things out there to see if somebody will bite. And it seems like I'm seeing more and more of those very quick price reductions. So they're trying to get the money. It's not happening. They're dropping the price to what they really think it's worth, I think, and then they let it sit. And then some, if it sits in the market for a month or more, I think they start thinking more about bringing the price down even further. But the real-time market profile for the place where my office is located here in Chalmette, got the median price, and the average days on the market is 115. So we see that trend is going up now. So things are taking longer to sell. Median days on the market also, going the wrong direction if you're trying to sell something. But look at that number there for price decreased. 55% of the properties that are being sold have had a decrease in their listing price. So that is substantial if you're out in the market there. Just be careful not to, I guess what that tells me is there is some wiggle room and some negotiation room now as these people are looking to unload these properties, so you can play hardball a little bit more with that. And the relisting and inventory, all that kind of stuff's kind of going into I guess the wrong direction if you're selling. But I like the fact that the median rent is kind of flat. So it spiked a little bit, and now it's kind of leveled out and it's staying the same. So now if you turn around buying these properties, what this tells me is at this point in time, you can now get the property for a slightly lower price, and you can still rent it out from the same thing you were just a little while ago. So rent is not really going down that much. So now these cap rates and all these other metrics are starting to look a lot better. So that's what we got. All right, so this week I had another Marcus Aurelius quote: "Get back up when you fail. Celebrate behaving like a human." So I don't know who needs to hear that this week besides me. Rough week, but get back up, get in it, and be a normal human being. So I know it's a little bit short, but I have got to get back to my end of the year accounting tasks and all that good stuff. But I wish everybody else has a good Friday and a good weekend. The weather is looking okay for the time being, and we'll see you back out here next week.